Okay, my fear of expressing anger. Let's talk about it. I don't know where this comes from. I don't know why. I guess there's some therapy that need to take place here. But for a very long time, still to this day, I've been afraid to express my anger. One of the reasons that comes to mind is I have this idea, this image in my head when I'm getting angry, when I'm about to act out on that anger, right? I have this image of a monkey just throwing shit up, right? And I don't want to look like a monkey that is throwing shit up, right? So the I feel like acting out on my anger, it's beneath me, right? Because it puts me into this psychophysiological state of out of control, right? And I don't want that. It's such I don't want to, like, I have this like out of body experience, right? That kind of like looks down at me just like like, yeah, no, we don't want to be like that person, that imaginative person, right? So the response when I'm angry is to internalize, rationalize things. So instead of, let's say I'm having an argument with my significant other and I'm angry at her, right? Instead of like expressing that anger, right? Hey, I'm mad because X, Y, and Z, da 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 da. I'll pretend as though things are, well, not okay, but for the time being, I want to express that I'm angry. I won't, at the very least, I will not use words to say that I'm angry. It's not until later that I'll, come to them and be like, hey, so remember earlier on or yesterday or last week when you did da 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 or say da da da. That kind of that put me in an interesting state. I've graduated to the point where I'm able to actually say that made me angry, right? But that wasn't always the case, right? So the idea of associating my persona, my individual, with anger just didn't sit right. I didn't feel like being angry is to my level. That sounds weird, but let me explain. It all just goes back to that image of a monkey, right? Just throwing shit up. Because it's like, man, we cannot lose control to such a degree that we're cussing people out, we're throwing stuff around. And so in order to avoid that extreme of expressing anger, I go to the other extreme, right? So instead of realizing that there's a whole spectrum here of expressing that anger, some of which is more appropriate than the other, depending on the situation, right? I overcorrect, right? So it's like I'm angry, and I don't want to be the type that does the name calling. I don't want to be the type that throws stuff around. So I'm going to overcorrect and be the type that does absolutely nothing. Be the person that if I'm being observed, when I'm angry, when I'm not angry, you would not be able to tell. But that is not the right way to go about it either. So I'm slowly graduating towards a state where I can identify that I'm angry, duh, right? And I can say, hey, if I'm arguing with someone, I can say, listen, I want to do justice to this conversation. I want to do justice to this argument, even. But at this moment, I'm not in the state of mind where I can do justice to this conversation, where we can argue fruitfully, right? Because it's not whether we argue or not, it's how we argue and whether this argument comes to fruition, like whether this argument produces something good out of it. So yeah, I used to be so afraid of expressing anger or even just admitting that I'm angry. That's another thing that I'm graduating more into, right? Just admitting, hey, I am angry. Like, yeah, you're damn right I'm angry, right? This thing that you did or that you said or that happened, it made me feel X, Y, and Z. And one of those X, Y, and Z's is anger. And I don't want to hide that. I don't want to hide that. So maybe like I said at the beginning, all kinds of therapy is in due so that I can figure out where to begin with did this fear of expressing anger come from. So Yeah, I just wanted to throw those 2 cents at you. And if you got any value from this video, give it a like and leave your thoughts below in the comments. My name is Moses, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.